Hello, everyone. You have no idea how relieved I am of being able to make this video in my room with the lights on because for like I think the entire I must have been just like this week. The power's been cut out. Only in my room though. There was a problem with the outlet and resetting the circuit board. I guess that's what it's called, the circuit board. Basically knocked out all the outlets within that circuit, and that included all the outlets within my room. So for like a few days, I just haven't had power in my room, which greatly annoyed me. So that was fun. Um, but I got it back, fixed the problem. It was just a problem with a different outlet. So there's that. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to this format for a little while, as Jadrian lamented that there probably won't be a bunch of vlogs with him this semester on account of the fact that we dropped the only class we had together, which was like a 9:30 in the morning class, which, quite honestly, I feel like given enough effort, I could be able to return to my um, high school um, schedule of waking up at like 5 or 6 in the morning to get ready to leave at like 7:30, you know, or 7 o'clock rather. So yeah, but I didn't give it the chance. I just decided I quit. You know what? College allows me the chance to change my schedule if it doesn't cooperate with me. So it wasn't cooperating with me, so I quit. Also, I'm in the stage play, and the class that Jadrian and I quit was a theater class, and it really seemed like it was gonna be not a lot of work, but it seemed like it was gonna be like one after the other. Just my impression uh from the class setting. It just seemed like we were going to be given very little time in class to rehearse because there was already a bunch of stuff going on. In addition to that, we had to come up with like seven different um, short scenes that, I think we had like a week, maybe 2 weeks. I actually don't know, to figure out, and we would be graded based on that. And it seemed like everyone in the class seemed like they were pretty into it. No one seemed like they were doing it just for the credits. And honestly, I wanted to join it for the credits, but also because I thought, why not? Um, my friend, our friend, me and Jadrian's friend Cheza, uh, did pretty much the same thing last semester, where she was in a stage play, and she took that same humanities class, and then I thought maybe that could help me out with my role. I mean, like, my role in my production isn't that big. Like, I'm not a lead like she was in her play, but I'm in front of I'm in center stage in one of the scenes, and I feel like that's long enough for me for my very first production ever. So I'm fine with that. But I thought that um, it would help me, just like performing in front of a crowd. I guess I'd like to say that it's not worrying me right now. I hope it doesn't fuck me up uh, when the play goes on for real, because I try not to glance at the audience, or like where the audience would be. I'm in one big scene. All the other scenes, I'm kind of just standing around doing nothing. And honestly, if I'm with a bunch of people, I should be fine. But I'm worried, like, I'm gonna do this thing where I kind of choke. I kind of choke up, and like I kind of lose my breath. You know. But I don't really spend a lot of time looking at the audience, so right now I'm not too worried. So maybe we'll find out during the first showing. So there's that. But so far that has been going great. Just before I go on, yeah, Jadrian probably won't be showing up on the channel as much as I would like, as much as we would both like, on account of the fact that we both quit the class that we had together, which was a 9:30 class, and now his first class is at noon, And my first class is about an hour and a half before that, which means I would still have to get up earlier than he does, you know. And I don't want, I mean, like, we could still do the thing, where we drive around together, but that would mean he would be waiting around doing nothing for like an hour, and I don't want to do that to him, you know. Alternatively, we could do the thing where we drive home together, but, that doesn't make any sense either because I would have to have been here before him. I could give him a ride, but then the problem there would be the fact that he would have to wait an hour after because I have a class directly after his class, and it doesn't end until like an hour and a half after his class is over. So, yeah, I don't know. We might be seeing a little bit less of Jadrian this semester, but we'll try to catch up every once in a while. When the time allows. Where'd it go? A little ball. My hand hurts. We were rehearsing a scene where I have to take a fall, and I don't know how to stage fall. I did it right, apparently, the first time I did it. The second time I did it so poorly that it made a loud noise, and everyone that was on stage just kind of like cringed a little bit. Like, it didn't hurt that much. It probably sounded worse than it did because, in the stage, everything kind of echoes. But it did hurt, like, my lower back and my shoulder. So, yeah, the pain's gone now, but right now it's been substituted with new pain because I completely forgot how I fell that first time, and I've been stopping myself using my fist, or sorry, my open hand, and the ball of my palm has been taking the damage, and we had to run through that scene twice today. We're getting pretty close to opening night in about a month. So we're running through the scenes, and we did the entire second act today, and that's when I had to take the fall, and I don't know, I just did a bad job doing it, but it went okay. I think. I mean, our director said we didn't do as well as we did yesterday when we did Act One. I guess we all remember Act One a bit better. I don't know. It just seemed like it just seemed like a lot more effort was put into the first act. Just looking at how things go, it just seemed like more things. There was more things going on during Act One than there is in Act Two. There's like one big thing that happens in Act Two, but everything else seems like, I don't know. But I show up like towards the very end, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I think I did pretty well, but I did forget my lines. Well, I didn't forget my lines. I forgot like words within my lines, so I would go through half of it and then I'd forget a word, and that's embarrassing. So I gotta. Oh, and also I had to remember a series of numbers in sequence, which is awful for me because I can never remember how the lines go for that. It's just been kind of hazy. That's the part. That's the part I paid attention to the least because I thought that's the part I would easily remember. But turns out because I was so focused on everything around it, I completely forgotten. But other than that, I've been, what, this light's really bright. Maybe turn that down a little bit. There you go. No, and that kind of ruins it. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'll just deal with it for a few more minutes. I've been watching Erased, which is the new anime this season. It's pretty good. It's about a guy who has this weird power where he goes back in time just enough so that he can fix a problem that happened, but he's not exactly aware of what the problem is until he sees it a second time. He just knows that he goes back in time, he has to fix something. And within the first episode, something happens, and he gets sent all the way back to when he was, I think, 10 or 11, which is 18 or 19 years away from where he usually goes. Like when the power starts, it's usually like 5 minutes before, just an immediate problem, but something something happens, and to fix it, he had to go all the way back like 19 or 20 years. So that's very interesting so far. My only concern with this type of story is it might turn out to be like Attack on Titan or Naruto, where it has a really good premise, but it like people weren't expecting it to be so popular. So then now it now keeps going and going and going until we have a very unsatisfying ending because it's gone on for so long, and especially for like a murder mystery like this one, where like the whole plot relies on like this one thing going. I don't know because like I checked to make sure if the manga it was based on was still going, and I'm pretty sure it is, which sucks for me because now I'm into it. And also, my friend recommended the new Gundam series that's out, Iron Blooded Orphans. It's got a pretty cool name. I watched the first episode. Uh, it's pretty actiony. I've never watched Gundam, but I hear it's a lot of like politics. And I also heard Iron Blooded Orphans is a bit more action. Like it was specifically made so that it's a bit more fast paced. But I can't really tell that from one episode, so I'm gonna have to keep going. But it was based on the recommendation of a friend of mine, who said she was thinking of the latest episode apparently, and she thought I'd like it. So I'm gonna catch up to that and let her know what I think of it. But so far I'm intrigued because of just how that first episode ended. I was like, I kind of saw it coming, but still I was like, I'm glad I was able to see it coming. You know, yeah, I'm very green on the whole Gundam universe, so I don't really know. I don't know. I'm sorry that this video has been less. Usually when I have these videos out where I'm like sitting in front of a chair in my room, it's more to talk about things not going on with me, but going on inside my head, and things that relate to other people. But honestly, this week I haven't really had a lot to think about. Um, which is, suffice to say, I guess it's kind of a good thing because I feel like the fact that I have nothing to talk about is kind of a good sign, on account of the fact that I don't have any problems. Like what I mean. Like the reason why I'm able to talk about stuff going on in my head is because I always have stuff going on in my head, and the fact that I have some peace and quiet, that's fantastic. I mean, the only other big thing that happened to me this week was I bought a Nintendo card and I bought Bayonetta. And I got to tell this guy who was waiting at a GameStop about a game I was able to play at the PlayStation Experience Conference Expo convention. Alekine's Gun, and I actually got a T-shirt from that. Here, it's right here. I'll show you. Ah, yes, it's actually a pretty cool shirt. All of the shirts from the expo was pretty good. This is by Maximum Games. Oh, it's flipped for me, so I hope that it's correct for the video. Anyway, um, that's it for me, I guess. Is it flipped? Like, oh, that's weird. It's flipped. I never realized that because whenever I have this camera on, I've never had like any. I've never had anything written for me to like. I guess the fact that it's a mirror image. Whatever. I don't actually know what this is gonna. I never actually watched any of the videos and saw how it uploads, so I guess we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just going back, like I have nothing to talk about. Um, well, there is one thing, and it's I don't know. I feel like I should save it for a different occasion. Maybe I'll do another video tomorrow or something, and I'll talk about it then. So for now, I'll sign off. I'll hold off on it, and if I remember, I'll put it in another video. It's not like anyone watches these anyway. Um, I hope everyone has a fantastic week. I am tired, and my hand hurts. So from falling, this thing, God. um, I didn't want anyone to be like, oh, your hand hurts from masturbating. No, I fell on my hand. The stage is cold and hard, and I have to lie there until the scene ends. So that's fantastic. Anyway, I hope everyone has a fantastic week, a fantastic day, and if your day hasn't started, I hope your day will be fantastic. If your day has ended and it wasn't, I hope tomorrow is. Till then, this is me signing off. Bye bye.